John Prine's Souvenirs. This song has been requested a few times. I didn't really know it. I've heard it in passing. And so I gave it a listen. I was like, this is pretty cool picking. Nice little intro. I don't know it that well, so there was no cover of it. I'm just kind of still learning it. I don't really know the vocals all that well. But it's a good picking song. It's, well, I don't know, somewhere around here on playability. It's very easy to simplify. The chords are really simple, right? D, A, G, really straightforward. So if you really like the song, dive in. You can always simplify, just take one of the picking patterns you like and play it throughout. But I do a detailed breakdown, and it's exact to the, I think that album was called Souvenirs. It was like a 2000 release. 15 new recordings of classic songs by John Prine. So I didn't do the earliest version of it. I kind of started on this one before I even realized it wasn't the original. But he's capoed way up high. I really don't like early John Prine. Sorry, don't throw tomatoes at me. His voice is just like too, yeah. But he aged well. Prine aged well like a fine wine or a scotch. He aged well. But I'm rambling. Let's start the song. Capo's on the 2nd fret in this version. It's on YouTube if you want to find it. Cool song. Again, you can simplify it. The intro is worth learning. So even if you don't know the song all that well, it's a really cool intro, and you should learn it. So let's do it. I walk you through it. I'm going to walk you through it. Hug, group hug, build up morale. Let's play some music. First measure. It's just a pickup beat. And it's kind of weird because it's thumb, thumb, thumb on the D string 4 times. And it's a D chord, but you don't need your middle finger, so it's a D sus2. And we're doing pinching 4 and 2, pinch 4, 2, pinch 4, 1. And that's the pickup. So really you only need this 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Pinch 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1. And the fun already begins. Alright, check out this measure, very cool. The ending's a little tricky. But we have that D chord. We're going to hammer right off. So we lift our middle finger. We're going to hammer. We're pinching 4 and 1. And we're hammering. Then our thumb's alone on 3. And then right after that, we lift that middle finger again and play open. So pinch, thumb, and on that 1st string. That's the 1st half of the measure. At the last possible second to get a nice clean sound. Pinch, thumb, lift, right before I play it, right? And then the 2nd half of the measure is 4, 2, right? Thumb, index, 4, 2. And then, this is what's tricky. Instead of going to the 3rd string with his thumb, he plays that 4 again. And then his index plays the 3rd string open. So the 2nd half of that measure is really weird. It's just thumb and thumb and, which is open. So 4th string, 2nd, 4th string again, and then the 3rd string open because you lift the chord. And it just gives a weird little stutter beat in there and leads us into the G. So that whole measure, 3, 4, pinch. And you're getting ready for the G chord. The value for value model. If you guys are getting enjoyment or knowledge out of this video or inspiration, please consider giving some back. In the details below this video, there's links to PayPal. You can become a PayPal picker. Just donate, set up a monthly recurring donation. So helpful. Or give a one-time donation, or if you want to do Patreon, you can do that. I prefer PayPal, getting a little bit more, but anything helps. I would love to make more of these videos, keep them coming, do more songs, do more content. So if you're enjoying, and again, it's not only you getting the knowledge, but if you can donate to me, I'll make more videos, which it's not just more videos to you, but it's more videos to the world, right? I'm not behind any paywalls, right? If you donate to me, you're not getting any extra content, but what you are doing is helping more songs get out to more people. This is a new model. Universities are bogus. I mean, not entirely, but mostly. But you know what I'm saying? This is great. It's grassroots. Anyone can jump online and learn some stuff. If there's some kid who can't afford music lessons, he's got us. He's got this community at Mike's Music Method for free to access all this stuff, to learn from me and to learn from you guys. Comment below if you're having trouble with songs, but support this. This is a great thing. I want to keep bringing you good quality content. So if you got anything out of this, please consider a little reoccurring monthly donation. You get what I'm saying? All right, let's keep playing. Thank you. To all my patrons, another big hug, but let's keep playing. So we've got a G chord, but we don't have the pinky on the first string, we've got it on the second. We're doing 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, right thumb and thumb, thumb and thumb. Then we pinch here, 6 and 2. And then it's 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, pinch 6, 2, 4, 3. And the rhythm, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and this measure is super fun to play. So we start the same way. We got that G chord, 6th string in second, and it's 6, 2, 4, 3, thumb and thumb and. I'm doing thumb, middle, thumb, index. And then all that happens is this 3rd fret goes down to the 2nd on that 6th string. And it's the same pattern, 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Cool, yeah, just descending little bass line. Next measure is an A chord, but you really want to think of it as like an A7 because you don't want to play the 3rd string or fret it because we never play it, right? So we're just going to free it up. Our bass is this, or it's better to think about it this way with just adding melody notes instead of pretending it's an A chord. That's just too many fingers in there. So right thumb's just going back and forth here, but we have in between. So it's 5, 2, 4, 1. 5, 2, 4, 1, and that 1 is open. And then the second half of the measure is 5, 2, 4, 1 again, but you have to get the 2nd fret there on that 1st string. You could add your pinky if you wanted to, that way the other one rings. Maybe that's a little bit better. The next measure continues that same descending line on A. So we're coming from this. And then it keeps going. We got 5, 1 again, but we lift the pinky so it's open. 5, 1, 4, 2, but you put the pinky down to get the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. 5, 1, 4, 2. 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, but the 2 is open now, and then the thumb alone. So we got 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4. A little tricky, but once you get it, it's really not that hard. And so those 2 measures together sound like this: 3, 4. On that A chord. Let's take this whole thing from the top so you'll hear it, you'll get excited. 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I know it's a pickup, but I'm doing it slow. We'll just do it on 4. 3, 4. Prine, you're picking like Prine. Yes, you are. Here's a cool little John Hurt move where you just got the heavy thumb. Some people don't like doing that, so they'll pick these 2, but I recommend you practice doing that heavy thumb because most Travis, you're hitting the strings really clean, but a lot of times you're going to want a heavier thumb to be a little more expressive or, to accent certain beats. So here's this measure we're hitting, so that's it. So what we're doing is we're strumming with our thumb, kind of 2 or 3 strings. But think of it as just that low bass note hit, because right after we do that, right, we just have the regular alternating thumb. We're just accenting that first beat. Strum, 2, 3, 4, strum, 3rd, 4th, 3rd. And we got the melody on top of that. So strum, 3rd, and then the melody's 1st string open. Back to the thumb, and that and was on the 2nd string. Strum, 3rd string, 1st, 4th, 2nd, 3rd. And you can let that open ring the whole time. time in this measure. Next, we just have the first measure of the song again. Here we've got a tricky measure because we have the D chord, but he's also getting in this melody note on the 5th fret. Now for me, my hand isn't big enough to play it like this. Like, I just can't do that. I mean, I can, kind of, but it's really hard. So what I do is I play my D like this. But to make it even trickier, there's a hammer on the 1st string. So even though you're barring that 1st string, you have to hold the 2nd fret down while being able to hammer. So practice that. So what I'm doing is I have my 1st finger only on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. I'm pinching 3 and 1. And can you get a hammer on? But my fingers are in the way. Right? So I'm hammering with the finger that's barring. So that's something to practice. Weird idea. Or if your hand's big and can play the D chord like this and still snag that pinky, then just do it that way. But I'm going to do it this way, and we'll talk about that. I think most people's hands probably have trouble reaching that. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so we have a really great measure here. Really cool. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure you can see the tab here. Yeah, so we're pinching right off the bat, 4 and 1, and we're hammering with the bar, right? Really tricky. My 1st finger's doing a lot of work. So I've got that, pinch and hammer, then 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, where I put the pinky down there. Or 1, I said something wrong there, sorry. Pinching 4 and 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. Really cool sound. Prine, he's so clever with that D chord, isn't he? I have to tuck down like this the way my gear is set up today. Why am I doing this to myself? Prine, he's great, isn't he? Isn't that a great D chord? That's a really... Mike's contortionist method. Don't try this at home. One more cool little run on D. So we came from that pinky there and we do 4, well let me play it. We have that double hit on the D there like we did in the intro. So my pinky was down, but I'm gonna lift it and we have 4, 1, so that's the 2nd fret there. 4, 1, 3, then you have to lift the 1st finger to get open on the 1st string. 4, 1, 3, 1, but that one's open. So 4th, 1st, 3rd, 1st open. And then it's 4, 2, right, 3rd fret still down. 4, 2, then 4 again. 4, 3 is open, right? We're transitioning to that G chord like we did in the intro. Let's go to the 7th measure and play this all together. And I am counting the pickup as measure 1. I know that might confuse people, but let's do all this. Uh-oh, baby's crying. Don't worry, mama's with her. All right, 3, 4, strong. Let's do it a little slower. And actually, I'm normally playing the D chord here and then switching, so this will be more accurate. 3, 4. I know it's tricky, but you're gonna get it. It's hard at first, but I swear it'll lock in, and it's good. It's good for your hands. You got some motion going in there. The picking's not super hard, but it is a little subtle. You got to know when to do that weird thing, double thumb on that 4th string. You're gonna get it. Let's keep going. We're like almost there, pretty much too. This is like the whole tune. There's not many parts. I mean, that's the hardest part for sure. So if you're feeling worried, don't worry, because you've already done the hardest part. I'm gonna get around that back for you right there. Burp you too. Maybe my wife's doing this to the baby now. I'll burp you in a congratulatory way. And hey, look here. These measures should look very familiar. We have the same one of G. Right, then the G that descends. Back to the A with a cool run, but remember, think of it as like an A7, right? You just need these. Then that D. Oh, here I wrote it different, sorry. Yeah, it might be that way, or it might be the heavy thumb one again. I'm not sure, but I wrote it this way. I'll trust myself. And then we just have a big strum with a hammer on. And then he starts singing. You did the intro. You're so good, you're so great, you're doing well. You're gonna practice slow, remember, right? Do not practice mistakes. If there's a measure that's really hard, you'll be really clever if you make a whole study piece out of it. That would be great. Or just try the same finger picking concept, but on different chords, move it into different parts of the neck. You just wanna get muscle memory of it and move it around. Or if one's like really bugging you and you just wanna learn the song, then like leave out that high 5th fret part. Right? Don't beat yourself up about it. If you're not there yet and you just feel like it's way too difficult, I don't want to say call it quits, but yeah, call it quits. Like, don't let it ruin your experience of the rest of the song. If there's one tricky measure, then just simplify it and no one's going to know. I promise you, when you play it for your friend who probably doesn't even enjoy John Prine, you know, you're going to make them listen to you play it anyways. They're not going to go, you know Bill, you know Chris, you know Cliff, and measure 7. You didn't play that 5th fret. You didn't get that high A. You're a frickin' failure. Why are you even learning guitar? You missed that high A. Give it up, dude. Just frickin' give it up. Go get... I won't get dark, sorry. I'll stop there. We don't need suicide jokes during these times. It would have been a funny one, but I'll spare you. Let's do the whole thing from the top. Nice and slow. 2, 3, 4... I think I missed something in there. Yeah. In practice, I'm doing something different than what I told you to do. Let's talk about those weird anomalies. So what I noticed what I did, and this is a great thing to do, is to record yourself playing something and then double check. But sometimes there's no and on the 4th beat, right? 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Sometimes there's a 4 and. Once in a while you're going to add an extra and because you think you're on a different measure, and that's what I did. But in practice, that really doesn't matter, right? It's nice to try and learn the song exactly. But when it comes to playing it, you know, you're going to add extra notes, you're going to leave a note out. And that's totally fine. That's, you know, the whole finger picking thing is organic, and you can add color, take away color, whatever you want to do. So stylistically, that's great. And then also, I realized that when I was playing this part, I didn't do the hammer like this, right? I did my hammer normally, and then I quickly jumped up, which worked, just because I didn't really think ahead of time to prepare for that high one. Kind of tricky. It's not quite as smooth because you have to swap out this 3rd finger here with that 2nd finger in order to get it up there. But it's doable, so there's always more than one way to problem solve, I guess is what I'm getting at. So if a certain way I teach you doesn't gel right with your hand or your ability, improvise. Figure out a new way to do it. You're a Sudoku master. I've seen you on the subway, you know, doing those Sudoku puzzles. You're so good at them, so just apply it to the guitar. Duh, it's as simple as that. Make a puzzle of your own. I'm Dr. Stephen Brule. Just make a puzzle of your own. No one's gonna get the inside joke. Comment below if you get it though, it's a good one. All right, let's do the verse. It's a very simplified intro. If you got the intro down, this is gonna be a cakewalk for you. Until you start singing, of course. But no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together. It's gonna be great. All right, we're gonna roll through this quick because you're so good and you got so much of it down already. So we have that. All the snow is turned to water. So we got a G chord. It's just picked a little bit different. We're fingering it the same way though. It's just 6, 4, and on the second string. 6, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. And then we pinch 4, 3, and then we descend to that second fret. 6, 2, 4, 3. So that whole part. Sorry. A little bit different rhythmically, but right, not much harder. And then we go to the A chord, and here it's even simpler. Right? Not that crazy rundown, but just 5, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 5, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4. And I'm just holding down an A7, right? And then the next measure, 5, 2, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2 is open. That's the only kind of color that's added to all that. So if we sing with that, we have that big strum. All the snow is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. And that D is the same, right? Nothing new there. Maybe that's a little different. I'm not sure. 4, 3, 1 is open. 4, 3. 4, 2, 3. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. It's just a D sus. And then the hammer, this we know. And then he hammers again. But he doesn't go to that high D, so we don't have to worry about that. That's a little bit easier. And then... Sorry. That's that last measure of the verse before the repeat. And I think it's similar too. We pinch 4 and 2. Third, first. So pinch, 3, 1, 4, 2. And then that weird stutter where we hit the fourth again. And then the third string with our index. And then it repeats. Let's sing with all that though. We're going to run through the entire first verse here so you can see how it matches up. But you'll realize that the picking really isn't super important, right? You can kind of do any generic pattern if it's too hard to switch it up, and it's going to work just fine. But I'm going to go slow and try to do it as he's actually playing it, how we went through it. So we have that D. All the snow is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors repeats. What's the words? Are all that's left to linger on. It's hard to do it slow. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops. For they always bring me tears. There's a silent measure of D every time before it repeats. I can't forgive the way they rob me of my childhood souvenirs. And then we have this little fill, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So I was pretty sloppy there, but you get the idea. I just want to put the lyrics over where those where the picking is. A lot of people ask me to do that; they get lost. So I don't know the song very well. My phrasing is terrible. I don't really know the words, but you get the idea, right? And sometimes my picking isn't exact. If you want to just pick one pattern. Whatever it is, just keep doing the same right hand thing. That would totally be passable and fine. But let's go on to the chorus. He stops picking and he does some strumming. And we don't do that too often, so let's get to it. All right, here is the transition at the end of the verse into the chorus. We're on that D chord. There's a lot of guitars and things happening. It's hard to tell, but that's pretty close, that walk that's in there. So we're hammering, we're pinching 4 and 2, and they're both open, and then we're hammering onto the 2nd fret. And then it's open again with a pinch. So pinch with a hammer, and then pinch with both of them open again. 4 and 1, 4 and 1. And then we do this octave. We're hitting 2 C sharps. So I got the 4th fret on the 5th string, and the 2nd fret on the 2nd string. And I'm pinching them. And then I pinch 5 and 2 again, but it's the 2nd fret on the 5th string and open on the 2nd string. Hey, baby. Baby time. Yeah. This might be a very basic, easy concept for you, but I'll break it down. If it's simple, jump ahead a little bit in the video, you know, maybe a minute or so. But all that's happening is we have an A chord, but it's just this idea of pick, down, up. And there's a bunch of ways to do this. I do thumb, and then my index does the down, up. Some guys will use their thumb for all of that. I don't recommend it, but if you're already good at it, go for it. But I'm doing thumb, down with my nail of my index, and then up, I'm brushing with the tip of my finger. Nail, tip. And it's pretty easy. We're doing 5, and then I'm really only strumming the top 3 strings, right? You certainly don't want to strum the note you just played, because the whole idea is to let that A ring out, so it sounds like 2 separate guitars and gives it that cool feel. So I'm doing 5, down, up, 6, down, up, 4, down, up, 5, down, up, and that's all in an A chord. 5, 6, 4, 5. Then we go to a D chord. 4, 5, 4, 5. And he does that 3 times, right? Just that A to D, A to D, A to D. So after that, D-A part, we go into the G chord, and it's just all we need is a 6th string. Right, so we don't need the 3rd fret like we were doing everywhere else in the song. And it's just 6, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, right? 6, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3, and it does it twice. Then we go to an A chord, think of it as an A7 again, right? Pretty easy. 5, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 5, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4. And then here, this is really cool. We got a little fill here. That's it. So I'm pinching 5 and 2, and then it's 5, 3rd string, and then we have to do the 2nd fret on 5, but I'm going to bar to get the 3rd string and the 2nd fret still, right? So 5, 3, but both are the 2nd fret, and then 4th fret on the 5th string. So the idea is that we're getting that walking bass. So the thumb is just open, open, 2, 4. So pinch again, 5 and 2. Then it's 5, 3, right? Nothing moves there. Then I have to bar the lower string even to do 5, 3 with my 2nd fret down, and then 4th fret on the A string. Neat little walk. One tiny little thing to note, and then we'll double back and sing the chorus together. So when he transitions, we did all that chorus and it goes back to the intro, but the intro had that pickup, right? And we don't do the pickup here. So I'm going to show you the D so you're replacing we go back to the intro, but we're replacing the first 2 measures of the intro with this because we don't want that pickup anymore. So we just have this regular D. That's it. And we have 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. And then we pinch 4 and 1 with the hammer. 3, 1, but we lift it open. Right, we know this measure. 4, 2, 3. Sorry if I feel like I'm rushing. I'm having fun. I don't mean to rush, but I'm eager to show you the rest of the song. And I don't know. It's hard. You know, when I do these videos, I never know exactly who my audience is. So sometimes redundancy is good, right? Redundancy is, another word for redundancy is practice, right? So that's good. We don't want to not do that. But I also don't want to like make this too laborious for someone who you know, who's more confident in their playing, who's been playing longer than you. So I hope I'm in the middle and it feels good, but this is annoying to everybody, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, it is, but I like encouraging you. If you're doing fine, don't get discouraged. If you're discouraged, put a comment down below and the community will lift you up, right? Like if we were all in the room together, we would do light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and then we would release our hands and you would just be floating. So that's what I want you to feel like right now when you're practicing. I want you to be optimistic about it. You're gonna get it. If you're struggling, you know, go for a walk, do some foresting, get a cup of coffee or tea, and then get back to it. Don't get frustrated. And if you're frustrated, comment below and we'll encourage you, okay? We're going to encourage you. You're doing great. Here's the entire chorus from the top. We'll go from the transition. 3, 4. Memories, they can't be bought in. They can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Kind of messed up the walk there. Yeah, that's it though. Rocking it. And sorry, like I said, I don't know this song that well. It's been requested a few times. And it's funny, like I listened to it once and I was like, oh yeah, I'll learn it. And I've since listened to it in, you know, tiny little chunks, learning it, but only paying attention to the guitar. And now that I'm trying to sing, I'm like, I don't really know this song. It's a cool song though. I don't love John Prine, but you know, this one's good. His picking's cool. There's nothing not to love about him. I was just never been wooed by Prine like I have been by Townes and John Hurt. But I'll keep listening. I'll dig in more. Let's do the little ending, and then that's it, and we'll put it all together. The entire song repeats, and then we just have this very simple ending here on this D. So let's measure a D. Oh, I guess it's open there now that I'm looking at it. So we've got 4, 3, 1, right? Thumb, thumb, and that and is open, right? Open on the first string. So D sus2. 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. Right, we've seen that before in the song. But this part's cool. This is a great classic kind of country folk ending. Right, you're just taking the root of the song. In this case, it's a D. That's our one chord. You flat it, D flat, and back to D. Really cool old country trick. We're pinching 4 and 1. Then you pinch 3 and 1 on that D flat. So even though the tab looks like way less notes, I'm just thinking D, D flat. It's easier to just move them all instead of like changing the shape for no purpose. So pinch 4 and 1, pinch 3 and 1, and then strum the D chord. And we've done it. Entire song from the top, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors transition here, so then it's that little fill. And then right into the chorus. All right, let me scroll. We'll do that fill again, straight into the chorus. Memories that can't be bought. Can't be won at carnivals for free. It took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Yeah, it goes back, does it all again, then the little ending. And that ending happens somewhere after several Ds, I'm not exactly sure where. And that's the tune. You got it. Good picking. Mike's music method.